But by reading Buddhist materials and then talk or lecture based on these materials, it's not a good idea because Buddhist materials, they are not meant to be synthesized. Worldly materials can be synthesized, but Buddhist materials cannot be synthesized. There are subtleties, there are differences. When the Buddha spoke the Dharma, where you can really not combine them. A lot of people I know, a lot of scholars, a lot of Dharma masters try to synthesize them, and they're off. They're constantly off. When you listen to them, they write for about a little bit, and then there's a hole, and they try to patch it up, and they try to bridge a gap between what I heard from this master to the next master, try to combine them. The bridging there is incorrect. And this is why there are holes everywhere on these monks, okay? And including my peers. So I keep on hearing this. This is why it can be confusing to you, because too many monks and nuns read the materials instead of, and think after reading the materials, and they can synthesize, they think they understand. It's not like that. You have to meditate. You don't meditate, you don't cultivate, you won't be able to understand. This is the main reason why I'm not telling you everything. I'll be frank with you. There's a lot more going on here. I'm going to tell you a little, okay? And there's a lot more subtle things that unless you cultivate, unless you spend the time, you put in the hard work, you will not be able to discern the subtleties at all. And this is why I want to warn all the monks and nuns. There's no substitute for cultivation, okay? And you have to be honest. Don't pretend that you know. There's so much more that I'm not telling you, okay? So to make you humble, you cannot cheat. You cannot pretend to understand. My peers do that. It's too much pressure for them, okay? Try to make a name for themselves. We don't know, we say we don't know, what's a big deal? And unless you admit you don't know, you will not be able to, well, when you say you don't know, you have a better chance of knowing later, okay? But if you lie and you pretend, then you're foregoing the opportunity to open wisdom regarding that hole in your knowledge. It's a very important point, okay? Especially you aspiring teachers. Don't pretend. There's no need to pretend. Don't need to gloss over things because you're afraid that people will find out you really don't know at all. You don't know, just say you don't know. Buddhist wisdom is so vast, as deep as the ocean, as vast as the universe. We can't possibly know everything, okay? And so what is this patience and non-production of dharmas? It's sad. I've seen it too often in my exposure to various monks and nuns. All the monks and nuns, okay, most of them, overwhelming majority of them, okay, they are scared when people ask questions and they don't know the answer, okay? And again, the subtlety here for you aspiring, teaching monks and nuns, don't pretend, because if you give nonsense, you create nonsense, you will not open your wisdom. You probably, if you keep on doing that, you will regress. Okay? It would be a shame. Okay? You put in so much hard work, and then your vanity gets the better of you. It's too bad. Okay? You deserve what you get. All right. And it's a lack of virtue. Okay? You, especially for monk and nun, our way is a way of virtues. Meaning that we take losses. We take care of others. We take losses so then we take care of others. There's no substitute for that. Okay? And the very important thing about taking care of others is you must not just work. You need to open your wisdom so you work better. Because the people you're trying to help, their needs are growing, they're changing, they are growing constantly. Unless your wisdom grows faster than the people and then their needs, you cannot take care of them. They will have to go somewhere else. See? Think about it. We pride ourselves in the fact that we keep on growing faster than the people we take care of so that we can take better care of them. Grow up. Taking care of people is not enough. Take better care of them is the way. Yes, JMT.
마스터 퓨어랜드에 관해서 두 가지 질문이 있고요. 첫 번째는 아라한이 만약에 정토로 갔을 때 아라한의 리버스 그레이드가 무엇인지가 제 첫 번째 질문이고요. 한번 끊을까요?
Master, I have two questions of Pure Land. When must Arahan go to the Pure Land? What's the level of in the Pure Land?
퓨어랜드 그레이드가 궁금하고 두 번째 질문은 우리가 정토에 가면 정토에 영원히 머무는 것이 아니라 사바세계로 다시 돌아와야 된다고 하셨었어요. 예전 법문에서. 제 질문은 그러면 정토에 있는 존재, 빙이 다시 사월도로 컴백하는 경우가 아미타 부처님의 인스트럭션, 그 다음에 개인의 의지인 건지, 그러면 만약에 아미타 부처님의 인스트럭션이었다면 높은 등급의 하이그레이드에 있는 중생이 다시 사바세계로 돌려보내질 가능성이 크지 않는지가 두 번째 질문이에요. 그리고 마스터께서 예전 법문에서 아미타 부처님의 인스트럭션으로 4월도로 돌아왔다 하더라도 반드시 정토로 컴백한다는 걸 개런티할 수 없다고 하셨었거든요. 그래서 이 점에 관해서 두 가지 질문드립니다.
And when we go to Pure Land, we don't stay there forever. We have to come back to Saha world. So the reason we come back to Saha world, is it because of our vow, or is it the instruction of Amitabha Buddha? And if it's the instruction of Amitabha Buddha, the high level, high grade beings come back to Saha world?
Okay. When you go to Pure Land, most of you will come back to the Saha world because I recommend it. I recommend you come back because you want to come back so that when it's an opportune time for you to help those that you really care for, who could not make it to the Pure Land. Okay? When conditions arise, you should come back and take care of them and bring them to the Pure Land because they cannot help themselves. Okay? And it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to be a bodhisattva. It's not the case at all. Okay? Many people came back to the Saha world and they're not bodhisattvas. Have no fear. when Amitabha Buddha sends you back, he will make provisions, because when he sends you back, it's only for you to fulfill your promises, your vows, your commitment to those that you care for, okay? And when the work is done, you will be sent back. You will have a chance to go back to the Pure Land. Okay? So you have no fear. You should have no fear at all. So the nonsense that many teachers, Pure Land teachers are saying, Yin Li, the Dharma door of Yin Li, is to abhor this world here and distance yourself from it, is only temporary. It is to motivate yourself. It's not forever. Okay? You see, this is why it's not the way it sounds. Okay? It's only to motivate the losers, those paupers who cannot otherwise be convinced. But I'm teaching you differently because you are the elite. Okay? So you don't need, so that's what the Yin Li there, so because of that, many teachers who don't cultivate, they say, okay, so you become desperate to go. That's total nonsense, because these people come back. People have come back from the Pure Land. I know such people already. And guess what? They also, after they've done the work, they also left for the Pure Land again. And they're not high levels at all. Okay? Amitabha works in really wonderful ways. He will guide you. This is the best thing possible for you. And by the way, he never yells at you. He's very kind and compassionate. Never ever. I promise. Get the drift? It's so much better. And so much more fun, let me tell you. Okay, with him, with Daddy. I call him Daddy. Okay, so you will come back. You will come back. So it's okay for you. I want you to know that set your mind going to the Pure Land. Okay, and then you can go anywhere else you like. I can't care less. But my hope is I can convince you to go to Western Bliss Pure Land. Some of my disciples prefer to go to the Eastern Pure Land. I don't know how to get there. I don't have a sure connection there. So, but I do know that it's not. You can go. You should go to the Western Bliss Pure Land first for vacation. Okay. There's no hurry, and then you can go to Eastern Pure Land later. That's my advice to those people. You want to go anywhere else, okay? You can. Okay, but this station here is to go to Western Bliss Pure Land first. Is that clear? Okay, I'm not making any claims here. That's all we're able to do. Well, this particular train station. All right. So you go and you will come back. Most of us will come back, okay? And if not, all of us will come back, because that's part of our training in the Pure Land. All right? And did I answer question number 2?
그런데 마스터께서 제 기억에 2027 노멤버 때 아미타 부처님의 인스트럭션으로 4월도에 와도 반드시 정토로 복귀한다는 개런티가 없다고 하셨던 건 제가 분명히 기억을 해서 다시는 다시는 사바세계로 돌아오지 않아야 되겠다라고 생각을 했었거든요. 네.
In the previous lecture, I remember that even when we come back to Saha world, it doesn't guarantee to go back to Pure Land. So that's why I think that I might not come back to Saha world.
You're really a selfish little. You only come back here under Amitabha Buddha's guidance. You're not going back by yourself. Okay? Relax. You'll be okay. But anyway, you probably don't want to save anyone anyway.
그리고 첫 번째 질문이 아라한의 리버스 그레이드를 질문드렸었어요. 아라한의 리버스 그레이드. 예.
Okay, I address question number 1. This part of this slide here. The patience and non-production of dharmas refers to the samadhi of a fourth stage arhat. Okay, so again, there's something there I'm not telling you, but regarding this fourth stage arhat thing here, the Buddha speaks Dharma to you, and instantaneously, unlike here in the Saha world, you have to cultivate to get to fourth stage arhat. Okay. No one is born as fourth stage arhat. That's a big difference. In the Saha world where we are, okay, you have to cultivate in order to get here, to get the fourth stage arhat. In the Pure Land, you don't have to cultivate. Buddha only needs to speak to you, and you certify the patient's non-production of dharmas. Isn't it beautiful? All right? So that's a big difference. That's a big advantage of going to the Western Bliss Pure Land. Okay, you go there and you're born and the Buddha speaks Dharma to you, you become an arhat. All right? So what does this title mean? This title means non-production of dharmas. What's non-production of dharmas? Dharmas are things. Anything at all is a dharma. Anything that your mind thinks of, conceives of, is called a dharma. Okay? Dharma in here means anything and everything. Is that clear? So Dharma has multiple meanings, but here, in particular here, it says anything and everything. Okay? Non-production of dharmas means what? Non-production meanings no birth of dharmas. What does it mean, no birth of dharmas? No birth of dharma means that you're not thinking of any dharma. Meaning you have zero thoughts. Got that? See, the elegance of the Buddhist jargon, it's so poetic. It's so beautiful. Okay? Non-production, meaning that you're not producing any dharmas. Dharmas are creation of your mind. Okay? And therefore, non-production dharma meaning your mind thinks of nothing. All right? That's what the technical jargon means. What about patience non-production of dharma? What about these patients here? The patient here is a clue as to how you arrived at the non-production of dharmas. You arrive at non-production of dharmas by practicing patience. That's a Buddhist secret. Unless your training involves building up your patience, you'll not get there. Don't tell anyone else. In the Saha world, okay, you can only get there by practicing patience. In the Western Bliss Pure Land, you only need to listen to the Buddha's Dharma. This is where the non-Buddhists cannot go very far, because they don't understand the importance of patience, of harnessing patience. Because these losers only want it their way. They cannot get it their way. They're unhappy and they complain and they run away. That's our Buddhist secret. You cannot open your wisdom in the Saha world unless you practice patience. Okay? I cannot help you get there unless I'm patient with you, losers. I've been most patient with you your entire journey, you ungrateful people. That's why I wish you go to the Pure Land. Go. Shame on you. Okay? Because if I need to teach you patience, I have to be patient with you, a lot more patient than you are able to be, because you are impossible. To call the losers is an understatement. Yes, right.
Master, I feel my entire life has been trained the opposite way, right? Like it's about efficiency, it's about optimization, it's about getting things done quickly. And you have been trained the same way. How come you can land on so much patience versus most of us who are trained the same way are just losers, are so impatient? Like I recognize myself being extremely impatient. That's my biggest weakness, one of the biggest one. But you come from a similar background.
That's a secret training of YongHua lineage. I'm lucky in that I was on this path that forced me to be more patient than my peers. I had to patiently endure the slanders. I have to patiently endure my poverty. You wouldn't be able to do that. This is different in YongHua training. Look at Master Wei Shan, he patiently endured a lot of things. Look at my teacher, Master YongHua, he endured a lot of things. He endured so much. Until he came to America, he still endured for 6 years. Another several years, 10 years, before he became recognized. Okay? So each person is different. But that's the difference in our YongHua lineage versus the other lineages. whether it's Tibetan or whether it's Hinayana or whether it's in, we have this special patience practice that they don't have. And it's practiced by the founder of our school. And that's why they are the most advanced. Like if, for example, I also belong to lineage. I look at lineage and look at how they train the people. And because my Vietnamese master is Lin Ji, Master Hsuan, my Chinese teacher is Wei Yang. So I have two bloodlines in me. And so I look at Lin Ji as well, and I say, oh, that's how they train. And it's nowhere near what our training in Wei Yang. Yes, JMT.
네, 안녕하십니까. 저는 지영입니다.
안녕하세요.
네, 안녕하세요. 전 1994년도에 출가를 해서 운문사 강원을 나오고 선방을 다니고 윗바사나 수행을 하고 소임을 살다가 지금은 시골에 토굴에서 혼자 정진을 하고 있는데요. 작년에 노반 스님과 함께 불치를 참여하고 그 위양종 연불이 너무 좋더라고요. 너무 저한테 와닿고 정말 신심이 나고 그래서 올해 다시 참석하게 되고 여기서 또 신심을 전해서 제가 단식을 하면서 수행을 해보고 싶습니다. 그래서 많은 위양종의 그런 깨달음을 저도 같이 정말 구해서 무생법인을 얻고 싶고요. 그리고 마지막으로 지금 보산사에서 같이 수행하는 모든 스님들하고 위양종과 같이 수행하는 모든 스님들께 모든 분들께 감사합니다. 단식은 스님 일주일 예정하고 있는데 오늘 12시부터 어떻게 하면 좋을지 여쭤보겠습니다.
Master, this is Gio. I live home at 1994, and I went to the Unmun Sangha University. I went to the Chan Center, and then I studied Vipassana. Right now, I live in the countryside. I practice by myself. Last year, I joined the Fochi, and then I really liked the recitation of Wei Yang. I really like it, and I'm joined this year again. And I'm planning to fast. So I'm thinking about fasting for 1 week. And then could you give me advice about it?
What was the question?
She's planning to fast for a week.
The last sentence, I could not hear it.
Fast. She wants to fast for a week.
And what did you say right after that?
And then she wants some advice from you.
About what?
About her fasting.
Okay. She can try fasting. At her level, 7 days is not that difficult. She should do 9 days. Why? What's so funny about it? Yeah, she should challenge herself. 7 days is okay, but for her, she said this is a tough woman. She's cultivated by herself, which is very, very tough. Okay, and actually is not advisable for her to cultivate by herself. Well, that's because the Buddha doesn't like it. Okay, doesn't advise that nuns to practice by themselves. Just is my job to remind her of that. Nuns should not practice by themselves. Okay, but since her conditions are such that she can cultivate by herself for so long, that's more kudos to her. This woman here really wants to cultivate. That's impressive. Okay, that's very good. So I'm very, very honored that she comes back again and to join us on Fuji here. So do 9 days. Don't do 7 days. Okay, you can do 7 days. That's not a problem. But do 9 days. Okay, challenge yourself a little. 7 days will be slightly difficult for you. 9 days is better. If you're gonna suffer for 7 days, might as well suffer 9 days. You get a lot more with 2 more days. Okay, that's all. Just do that, and this is good environment because you should feel free that you have support, you have protection. So just follow along. For example, every day we want to make sure one Texanim, you should take a look at her, make sure she's okay. She doesn't need to eat. She doesn't have to go join the lunch hall there because there's a lot of food smells here. I know some of the people who fast try to cheat. They go and they inhale. Too many people do that, and I can't stop them. But one Texanim, you need to take a look at her every day. Okay, that's your job. Look at her, make sure she's okay. That's all. Look at her right now. Okay, that's it. So this is a picture of someone, the image of someone who has samadhi, who is healthy. Okay, and you observe her every day. This is how you learn what happens to people when they fast. Okay, and eventually you understand. All right. So this is part of his training, is to help people cultivate safely. All right, you'll be fine. Okay. All right, that's all you have to do. Just that's all you have to know. Just do it, and you learn. If you have any problems, any questions, you feel free to ask. Okay. Wei Mao.
Hello, Master. I have a clarifying question from yesterday. Someone asked if we request a rebirth plaque for another person, what grade they would get when they enter the Pure Land, and if a superior grade was possible, and you said yes. So I'm just trying to understand if I misunderstood it, where you don't have to cultivate, and if you request a rebirth plaque, you can still get a high grade. So can you please elaborate on that for us?
Yes, it's possible. Okay. Again, this is an area I don't want to explain too much because I don't want people to monkey me and say things they don't understand. Okay? Yes, it's possible. Simple as that. All right. So yes, Wei Mao.
Thank you, Master. So what's the foundation of patience?
What is the what?
Foundation of being patient. Is it derived from your samadhi, or is it from compassion?
The foundation?
Yes.
Foundation is that the training. The training is about helping you build it up. So that's why, as far as building or training patience, the Great Assembly is far more effective than cultivating by yourself. This is the difference between our training style versus the Vipassana, Hinayana people, Tibetan people, and so forth. Ours is so much more advanced because we use Great Assembly Dharma to help you build your patience. Okay? Meaning that Great Assembly, meaning that's what you do. This is the assembly here. This is slightly different from the Pure Land. In the Pure Land, but this is the same kind of structure, similar kind of structure. All right? Here, where you come and cultivate with others, you don't cultivate by yourself. Yes, 5.
So, Master, one of this afternoon's sitting session, it was good for me, but then somehow the Vajra Sutra, whereas the all conditioned dharmas are like dreams and bubbles and so on, that word just keeps coming back, and I start reciting it repeatedly because it felt good. So, and I kind of decided to go back to chanting the Buddha's name silently because we were doing 4-chi. So what's your suggestion for this? Should I just cut it off right away?
What were the instructions?
Follow the assembly. Follow the assembly?
Yes. Were you following the assembly?
It was silent chanting, so silent said. So
What is silence it?
Yeah, I think I was supposed to recite in Buddha's name.
And why weren't you?
It just came to my mind, and for some reason.
Stop asking me stupid questions.
Okay, sorry, Master.
You should know better than that. You think you can... The instruction is very, very simple, very clear. What are you doing? Disobeying instructions. All these years, you still don't get it. You don't do as you please. You do as you told. You do as you please. You practice by yourself. Why you bother coming to the Great Assembly? You think you're above them? Oh, by the way, as part of the training here with everyone, so for everyone, so each one of you have different challenges. So I want to officially recognize someone that is officially, as of today, I want XM to be the manager of JC. Okay. Of course, she still has a lot to learn, but the spirit is that you're supposed to be practicing virtuous conduct. You take care of people. You don't worry about yourself. You don't worry about right and wrong. I want you to worry about taking care of people. That's it. How can you take better care of people? All right. Yes, one.
좋은 저녁입니다. 제가 지난 상반기에 관음칠에 참석했었고 그때 우리 마스터께서 주교 묵념하면서 암송을 해보라, 귀로 들어보라 했는데 잘 안 되더라고요. 그래서 요번에 법장사에 와서 불칠 참석을 한 3일 했더니 염불이 저한테 좀 맞는 것 같습니다. 그래서 아미타불 묵념으로 바꿀 생각입니다. 요 괜찮은지 그것이 하나 궁금하고요. 또 하나는 제가 낮에 졸려가지고 잠을 쫓기 위해서 커피를 마시고 있는데 서보 스님께서 존원한이 있어도 커피를 안 마시는 게 좋겠다. 그래서 어제부터 커피를 안 마시고 했더니 무척 졸려요. 그래서 이것도 저한테 이제 하나의 인내심을 키우는 훈련이라고 생각하고 좀 이틀째 커피를 안 마시고 조금 졸리기는 합니다만 참고 인내를 하고 있습니다. 이것도 훈련이 되겠습니까?
Master, I joined Guanenchi last time. At the time, Master said, recite silently and listen to the recitation. At the time, I couldn't do well, but this time I joined Fochi for 3 days. I think recitation is very good for me. So I'm thinking about recite Amitabha Buddha silently. Is it okay? That's first question.
Reciting Amitabha silently? When?
And listen to the sound.
When?
When I recite Amitabha Buddha's name silently, at the same time I listen to the sound.
Yeah, that's okay.
The second question, in the daytime I feel very sleepy, so I usually drink coffee. But Sobo Snim suggests not to drink coffee even if I feel sleepy. So from yesterday, I didn't drink coffee and I feel very sleepy, but I patiently endure it. So is it also part of training?
Have a heart for old men, Sobo Sunim. Old people have a lot of problems. We need to be more patient. What if he dies tomorrow and we're craving for coffee? And then he goes see King Yama. King Yama says, "You want to go to Pure Land?" He says, "No, I'm going to go back and get some Starbucks coffee." Because Sobo Sunim stopped me from getting coffee. Each person is different. The instruction is not incorrect, but your execution is correct. Okay, meaning that you old enough. Let me explain to you. Like you've been around long enough. Let me explain to you. Okay. Whatever you told, part of the Great Assembly Dharma is whatever you told, because when Sobo Sunim tells you something, okay, and you ask someone else for a second opinion, more likely it will be different. You ask XP behind you, for example, he's telling you, it's okay. I'm addicted to coffee. I don't have any problems. You see, so it's, and don't come to me and whine and say, "Oh, how come your people are telling me different instruction?" You know what I would say to those such a complaint? I say, that's part of the instruction. Okay? If you chose to endure it, fine, endure it. And then now you're finding out the next time you're better off asking XP. Okay, XP would definitely tell you, let's go to Starbucks together. And you go to Starbucks. You see, we're all over. You patiently do, you patiently follow the instructions. And stop whining, this is right, this is wrong. Is that clear? I know I used to whine myself. I say, how come I ask this person who teach how to meditate? They tell me this. I ask another person, it tells me a different story. Each person tells me a different story. And I didn't understand back then, that's part of the training. Okay? It doesn't matter. Even if they're idiots, which they are, I still practicing patience and non-production of dharmas. Is that clear? Okay. Very good. I know it's a lot easier. You can ask someone to do this, but it doesn't happen like that. You just follow along with earnest, in earnest, and you try your best. That's all. Okay? Because believe me, even in Full Lotus, I learned so many iterations from different of Master Hsuan disciples. Okay, they all claim to understand Chan. None of them does. I can look at each and every one of them and tell them in the face, none of you understands Chan. And they taught me different things. I followed them all. And that's my patience and non-production. You endure it. Stop whining. You can ask for clarification, no problems. Okay? All right.
Thank you.
Okay. Anyone else? It is very fascinating. Dharma is not as simple as you think. It's wonderful. Okay? Yes, 3.
Master, is patience equal to enduring, or what's the difference?
Patience here is to endure, according to Master YongHua, my teacher, to endure what cannot be endured. And that's the Chinese definition, which is accurate. There's no patience if you're not enduring. If you want safety, you want comfort, you're not enduring. You're a loser. Look at you in the eyes. All you're looking for is comfort. You're walking the path of a loser. Superior people endure what cannot be endured. This is not for babies, folks. You come here, I teach you how not to be babies. Chinese teachings, the wisdom is very profound. No one understands anymore because no one practices it anymore. No one. And my only reference is my teacher's life story, how much he endured. Compared to our generation, we ain't seen nothing yet. That's what makes him great, and what makes us mediocre. My generation is mediocre at best. The difference between he and me is that I will make you suffer more than he's willing to make his disciples suffer. I'm not going to kiss your ass. All right. Anything else? Okay, continue. So awaken immediately. This is a fantastic thing about the Western Bliss Pure Land. You wake up and you become, you certify to the patient of non-production of dharmas right away. Okay? How does he explain it? Next slide. Just not seeing the production of any dharma, not seeing the extinction of any dharmas. No need for this, not seeing extinction of dharmas. Okay? And this is the definition of non-production of dharmas. Okay? But to me, this is superfluous. Okay? Anyway, but that's correct. That's the traditional explanation from the Chinese sages. When a person is single-minded, at that moment is so blissful, it is called the patience of the non-production of dharmas. It is correct. When you are able to enter this samadhi, okay, and you should be able to enter it, then at that moment it's very blissful. It is so nice. Okay, and is well worth it. Let me assure you. Not only is it nice, when you are able to enter it, I look at you differently. I look at you as a superior human being. Okay? There aren't many people like that in this world right now. All right? For example, the overwhelming majority of my master disciples can't make it. Okay? And what happens when I call you a superior person? Then I beat you up harder. There's no kissing asses. You should be able to take it. When the flower opens, one sees the Buddha and awakens the non-production, irreversible bodhisattvas, with ban lu. Okay, this is part of the verse that you recite and you memorize. You memorize these things. These verses, Pure Land verses, are extremely insightful. Okay, and so Master YongHua is teaching them the truth about the Pure Land Dharma door. Okay, you open the Buddha, flower opens when you get there. Flower opens. You see the Buddha, and the Buddha speaks Dharma to you, which help you awaken to non-production, number one. Okay. Furthermore, also another selling point for the Pure Land is that irreversible bodhisattvas, okay, become are, okay, not become are. They act as your companions and path walkers or co-cultivators. Okay? Lu is, Ban Lu is the concept of companion and as well as walking the path together. Because in the Pure Land, the Bodhisattvas also, their practice is also is helped by practicing with you. Okay, and so this is an advertisement. Over there, you have bodhisattvas. You practice right next to a bodhisattva. Here, it doesn't happen. Okay. Yes, Seven.
Thank you, Master. What is an irreversible bodhisattva, and is there a reversible bodhisattva?
There's no reversible bodhisattva, there's only irreversible bodhisattvas. Okay? Irreversible is that there's no way that the Bodhisattva is going to quit. No way. You could kill him, you could torture him, you could torch him. He never is going to quit. Meaning that, I don't know how the Buddhist explains it, but irreversible here means that this is his calling. It's nothing else more important in life, lifetime after lifetime. He will not be able to find anything more meaningful than becoming a Buddha. This is an incredible statement because no matter what happens, he's not distracted. Ever. He may be distracted temporarily, but he'll get back on course. Okay? And this is a lot to have because it's okay to vacillate, it's okay to make mistakes, but you always get back on course, get back on track. How many people can say that? Only bodhisattvas, they will never lose track of this, ever. And that's great blessings. Okay, so you cultivate with such people. Okay, and these are outstanding co-cultivators, if you will. Okay, and there's also what? Great assembly Dharma. It's the best method is great assembly Dharma. So that's why you understand Chinese culture, Chinese tradition, they revere these Jis because that's a great assembly Dharma. How many cultures have that? No one else. Only the Chinese has it. Not the Vietnamese, not the Korean, not the Japanese, no one. Only the Chinese really, really revere these Jis. And luckily for us, the young generation, they lost it. They now chase after red cars and fame and profits. All right? We're reviving this great, outstanding Buddhist tradition that the Chinese have, which they lost. Your generation is lost. You don't have it anymore. My generation, maybe. At that time, there are many bodhisattvas. All of them are my friends, my relatives. Again, he's speaking to American disciples, I think. Let's be friends, buddy. The daddy calling this, the mommy calling this daughter, buddy. But only buddy. Okay, my relatives. Over there, everyone together comes to learn the Buddha Dharma. We follow Amitabha Buddha, come to study the Buddha Dharma. Okay, that's all they do. By the way, they're very boring. There's nothing else they do. They don't try to get rich. Don't got to get famous. They don't try to make money. Okay, they only follow Amitabha Buddha, study Buddha Dharma, cultivate. That's all they do. Okay, that's what one of the guy who went to the Pure Land, came back and told his daughter. He says, I better get back. I just came back to tell you I'm okay, but I have to get back because I need to cultivate. It's very boring over there. Early on, he's a guy that I helped go to Pure Land, and the daughter is very concerned, and the daughter is also a professor, and somehow I don't know why a professor would ask me to help her daddy to go to Pure Land, but she did, and then the daddy was touched, so he was allowed to go back and see her. And say, hey, I'm fine, don't worry. Okay. So apparently this professor woman is very worried about her daddy. So it's a message for me. It's kind of boring over there. They only cultivate. So you guys are here, enjoy yourself, okay? Enjoy the Starbucks, because once you go to the Pure Land, that's all you do. Cultivate. It's so funny, that guy. It's so funny. Yes, Wei Mao.
Thank you, Master. Just 2 comments. First one is Venerable YongHua spoke the Dharma in Hong Kong, so he even mixed some Cantonese into the Mandarin.
Mm-hmm.
The second comment is Sarah. Sarah said she dreamed about her father eating steak in the Pure Land. So it's not that boring, is it? Thank you.
Was he doing drugs?
No idea.
It must be boring. No, the guy was whining. The guy, he's a really non-believer and everything, but he got into the system and early days, I guess. So Buddha's very benevolent. I think if I were there, I would give him a good a few what they call that, sticks, okay, 30 sticks. When you commit a crime, the judge would throw the thing in China and throw things, 30 sticks, and you beat him, until he bleeds. Okay. But I don't know if it happens in a Pure Land. I have no idea. But it was funny to me. It was funny. He says, it's so boring. But the funny thing is, he says, boring, I have to get back to cultivate. It's boring. You say, okay, let's go have a cup of coffee or talk some more. No, he says, I'm fine. Don't worry. You hear? And I have to go back to cultivate. So was he complaining? 50-50. Huh? He must like it. But all the woman remembers is that the daddy says it's boring. I need to get back and cultivate. Okay, so next one, 263.
Oh, we start here, Shifu.
Excuse me?
We start here.
We start here. Okay. Go ahead then, start. Okay, so next one, 263.
Oh, we start here, Shifu.
Excuse me?
We start. So every evening you recite. You're now doing the Buddha recitation week every day, reciting. We disciples and assembly presently are ordinary people subject to birth and death.
是吧？咱们这个弟子中等，这就所有的人都有了。中等，这是大众。
That we disciples and the assembly that we recite, this just includes everybody. The assembly, this is the great assembly.
现世生死凡夫，现呢就是现在，现在我们都是这个有生死的一种凡夫。
Presently are ordinary beings subject to birth and death. Presently means right now. Right now. All of us are this kind of ordinary being who have birth and death.
凡夫就没有开悟，就是普通的众生。
An ordinary person simply has not awakened. That is simply an ordinary living being.
罪障深重。
Offenses and obstructions that are deep and heavy.
咱们所造的罪是无形象的，要有形象早把这个虚空都胀抱着。
The offenses we have committed have no form or shape. If they had form, this whole empty space would have exploded long ago.
因为它无形象所以它就多你都抬不到，你这个罪业太重了。
Because they have no form or shape, so no matter how much of it there is, you cannot see it at all. These karmic offenses are so very heavy.
由无量劫以来到现到一个，我要讲现在，有的人用不懂，广东话叫一个。
Since limitless kalpas until now, I'm talking in Cantonese. It's called jiga.
罪障深重，罪就是造的罪业。
Offenses and obstructions that are deep and heavy. Offenses are just the karmic offenses that have been created.
障呢，就是有烦恼障，你有烦恼也障着你发菩提心。
Obstructions are just. There is affliction obstructions. You have afflictions also obstructing you from bringing forth the Bodhi mind.
有业障，就是你前生所造的业，今生障着你这个修行。
There is karmic obstructions. That is, the karmas you created in prior lives. And this life obstructs this cultivation of yours.
有报障，报障就是你受的果报。
There is retribution obstructions. Retribution obstructions is just the karmic retribution you are subjected to.
好像你恶的就很报障，应该受这果报。
Just like those karmas of yours, that is retribution obstructions. You should be subjected to this karmic retribution.
你时时都应该生大忏悔，叫我以前所行所做都很不对喽，一个我要改过自新喽。
You at all times should give rise to great shame and remorse. I, in the past, all of my conduct and actions were not right. Now I want to correct the mistakes and start anew.
我要 对了咒啊，这个要求哀忏悔。
I want to, no matter what, I always want to go towards goodness, towards doing what's right. To do so, I need to beg for mercy, repent, and reform.
罪障深重，深呢就好像那海似的，好深好深的，明知它多深啊。
Offenses and obstructions that are deep and heavy. Deep, it's kind of similar to the way the ocean is. So deep, so deep. Do you know how deep it is?
重就好重的这个业障好重的怎样业障好重呢？你顶知你业障好重呢，就
Heavy, it's just so heavy. These karmic obstructions are so heavy. If your karmic obstructions are very heavy, how do you know that your karmic obstructions are very heavy?
就是你要烦恼多，各地就还业障重你各地还都互相帮助的。
It's just that you have many afflictions. Those exactly are heavy karmic obstructions. You still all help each other.
你有烦恼就有业障，有业障就有报障，这么也这轮着的，这么团转的。
You have afflictions, then you have karmic obstruction. You have karmic obstruction, then you have retribution obstruction. It's also spinning in circles, going around and around like this.
所以你有报障重你就业障就重，业障重你的烦恼就多。
So if you have retribution and your retribution obstruction is heavy, then your karmic obstacles will also be heavy. When your karmic obstacles are heavy, your afflictions will be many.
烦恼多，无明就总有无明。无明就是什么叫无明呢？就很不明白。
With a lot of afflictions, ignorance is always present. Ignorance. What is ignorance? Total lack of clarity.
Okay, we stop here and let's go back. Where was it? Which number?
263.
Thank you. Okay, so he's going through the verses that, do you recite this? I don't think so.
Great transference.
Oh, great transference. That's right. I should do it more often. Oops. Okay. So every night we do this great transference, and we start first with Di Zhu Zhong Deng. Okay, okay, that's fine. Okay, so that's why you see we disciples and the assembly are just ordinary people subject to birth and death. Okay, and so he says we so we Zhongdeng is actually it's actually a very subtle message. It's not just its disciples, the assembly. That's how it's a decent translation. But Zhongdeng is that we're in it together as an assembly. Does it make sense to you Chinese-speaking people? Zhongdeng is that we are the assembly, and Deng is together. Okay, so together, okay, we the assembly together, okay, the concept is together. And so we cultivate together, we eat together, and we do things together, we go to Pure Land together, and so forth. All right? So we disciples together, so now our ordinary people subject to birth and death. All right? Now we just ordinary people, which is commoners, who have to go through birth and death. All right? And so this is reminders that we are in the cycle of birth and death. Okay? That's the emphasis here, is that don't forget, you were born, you're going to die. We are conscious of that. We were born, and the cycle of birth and death, meaning you were born, we're going to die. And we don't want to ignore this death of ours, like ordinary people. Ordinary people, they don't dare look at death. Superior people would look at death, stare at death in the eyes. Okay? Yes, go first.
Hello? Hello? Thank you, Master. I have a question. So, like a normal human being at like a regular low level, I feel like your body affects your mind, and then your mind is affecting your body. At what level does your mind act more independent of its body?
You will find out. Okay? The training here is like what you went through, is we taught you to sit in full lotus. It was very hard for you. You had a lot of obstructions, and you struggled for years. And I don't know how you made it this far. I have no idea. Okay. It's amazing you got this far. So that's the nature of the process, where you will have to endure it, and you eventually you start looking back. You started with your body. Okay. And you didn't quit. You endured it. That's how now you begin to see there is a distinction between the body and the mind. Ordinary people cannot say that. Ordinary people, to them, is the same. It's me. No. There's a body that we use, we teach you to use, to look at your mind. I repeat, look closely at all the people who don't cultivate or cultivate wrong. Okay? They don't understand, okay, the fact that there is a separation of body and mind. And this is the great wisdom of the Chan masters, where they use your body to train your mind. Okay? And eventually you understand more. All right. See, your question shows me where you are and you developing your own wisdom. It's clear you're seeing these things. I don't need to tell you. You hang around there long enough, you will see. You know what I know. Yes, go first. All right. So it says here, this is the verses here. I don't think it's that people appreciate, the Chinese appreciate the depth of these verses. Okay, they're saying here that we are who we are. We have to be mindful of the fact that we are ordinary people. We have this body here that's subject to birth and death. Okay, and because of this thing here called death, that we need to look at and address this big problem of ours. Everyone is terrified of death, and they don't dare look at it. We cultivators look at death. Okay, and we prepare to take advantage of death. Okay, which is what we all have to go through. So he says, you're ordinary living beings because you behave like one. Don't think so highly of yourself. Your behavior is that of an ordinary person. Shame on you. Because you're an ordinary person, you allow your offenses and obstructions to become heavy and deep. That's what ordinary people, they're overwhelmed by the deep and heavy offenses and obstructions. Meaning what? We create offenses constantly. It's not okay. You create offenses, it's not okay. It's your fault. No one else's. Why you? Who told you to create offenses? How dare you? Obstructions. Offense is that you are being stupid. There's no excuses for this. You know it's stupid, you still do it. Chang is obstructions because you don't deserve it. You're supposed to go to a better place, but you don't deserve to get there. That's why they stop you. Obstructions are stopping you from getting where you need to go. Okay? And Buddhist wisdom, I don't know what this is about, but it's probably true. When he says the offenses that you created and you are creating, if it has a shape or form, will fill up empty space. This is a fact. This is our truth. What does it tell you? Stop looking at others' offenses. You creating so many offenses yourself. Shame on you. Are you hearing me? Ordinary people pride themselves in looking at others' offenses. There's no wisdom in there. Yeah, they get paid, they get promotions, they get money and so forth, but they don't get wisdom. They're still ordinary people. Superior people ignore other offenses. They look at their own offenses. You're too smart for your own good. You see people, oh, they're wrong, you're so wrong, he's so wrong, she's so wrong. It's not the way of wisdom. The way of wisdom is look at your own offenses and ignore and embrace other offenses. Is it clear? Okay? Because if we look at our own offenses, okay, you just don't even realize that you are creating countless offenses. You've been creating countless offenses. You are creating countless offenses. If you simply could see it. Buddha sees it. He says, wow, this is crazy. Would you believe it? Amitabha Buddha tells, Shakyamuni Buddha tells Amitabha Buddha, says, hey buddy, my people, they're creating offenses like crazy. They can fill up, one person can fill up empty space. Would you mind taking her? And Amitabha Buddha says, that woman? No. You keep her. Questions? Yes, 6.
Master, when I'm being angry or greedy, I'm usually aware of that. But when I'm being stupid, I'm not always aware of that. Sometimes I only realize how stupid I was later, sometimes years later. How can I be more aware of my stupidity when it is happening? So, for example, how do I know I am creating offenses?
If you are aware of your stupidity, it would not be called stupidity. What is the matter with you? You think you know everything just because he explained to you? I don't want to be stupid. You stupid. That's a fact. How else can we put it? You stupid. But there's a message there. What's the message? It's very subtle. How often do you hear someone telling you you're so stupid, besides your husband? Or your ex-husband, Think about it, This is why you need to learn to appreciate your ex-husband more. When you're stupid, someone has to remind you. You cannot remind yourself. This is why, are you paying attention? If you cultivate by yourself, who's going to remind you that you're stupid? Think about it. Who's going to remind you that you're being stupid? Because before, more often than not, before you're able to see your own stupidity, someone sees it already. Wouldn't that be faster? Someone sees it and say, hey, you're being stupid. Instead of you doing offenses after offenses for a long time, say, whoops, my bad. Then you go to jail. You go to the hells. Okay? So that's why you can't help it. This is why we're creating offenses that fill up empty space if they had form. That's a fact. We are creating karmas, offenses, constantly. You will not believe how icky we are. Doesn't matter how much plastic surgery you have, how much foundation you put on. You are so ugly. Yes, 7.
Thank you, Master. I remember a quote I read from, I think, Earth Source Sutra that always makes me a bit confused. So is it okay to quote and Master can comment? Yeah.
Okay.
Is related to the offenses. So it says, where is it? Every single movement or stirring of thought on the part of beings of Jambudvipa creates karma and offenses. So even thoughts of, for example, kindness create offenses?
No. It's referring to the fact that we create three kinds of karmas. Body karmas, mouth karmas, which I've been creating a lot tonight. I don't know why you keep on coming. I don't get it. You get yelled at, you get screamed at, you get criticized. Okay? It's a lot of mouth karmas. Think about it. I'm going to the hells, for sure. Okay? And you create mind karmas as well. Okay? And those, when they talk about karmas, this is referring to bad karmas, meaning things that you're not supposed to do. You know it. Okay? We can go into great details. In Buddhism, we have very strict definition what's right and wrong. Okay, so that's why eventually you all need to learn Vinaya and so forth. Okay, but in general, we're creating three types of karmas: mind, body, and mouth, and therefore there are countless karmas we're creating constantly. Every single minute, every single second, multiply it to a lifetime. And then we're talking about lifetime after lifetime after lifetime. And this is why we sink deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. We can't help ourselves. It's scary. But people don't believe it. They say, hey, I don't see anything. What's the big deal? You don't see anything. The big deal is that when you try to do something good for yourself, really good for yourself, this is when you can't. That's when you wake up. I'm trying to do good for myself, all of a sudden I can't. That is scary because you're allowed to sink by creating more offenses effortlessly. But when you try to rise, emerge from the depth, you can't. We're sinking like a heavy rock. Sinking, 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 sinking. And everyone's so oblivious about it. They talk about end of 2025. Okay? That's worry about taxes. That's worry about, celebration. We're going to have celebration tomorrow, won't we? Anyway, you see, we worry about a lot of things. Okay? Because those things, when they're bad for us, you have no problems doing them at all. But once we do something good, like cultivating, if we recite Buddha's name, you have all sorts of obstructions. That's the nature of our existence here in the Saha world. Wake up. We're going to fall. Earthflow Sutra says, welcome to the hells. See you there. Yeah, but, I don't know. I have to change my lifestyle. I'm creating too many mouth karmas. This is not good for me. Yes, Wei Mao, last question tonight.
Thank you, Master. Just a question about the mouth karma. And you told us we are stupid, we are losers. And personally, I felt, yeah, that's right on. And if you don't tell us, how would I know? So isn't that not a bad thing?
It is bad for me.
But you're teaching.
Why you have to remind me?
No,
Thank you for reminding me. I will have to do something about this. I'd rather become the other magnanimous monks and say, "Oh, you're so wonderful. You're so beautiful. I'm so honored you're here. I'm so grateful." But then I'd be lying to myself. That's a problem. That's my problem. Is that's how I feel. If I am nice to you, then I'm lying to myself. Okay? So either way, I'm creating karmas. See my problem?
Catch 22.
So I might as well have fun. Okay, thank you everyone. Good night.